Hey everybody, it's your friend Fun Facts Galore here. Get ready to have your minds blown because today we're diving into a world of crazy, unbelievable facts that'll leave you saying, what the what? We're talking about stuff so strange, so out there, you'll be the life of the party just knowing this stuff. So buckle up, get ready for some fun, and let's get weird. Alright, first up, let's talk about war. But like, the shortest war ever. We're talking about the Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896. This epic showdown lasted a whopping, wait for it, 38 minutes. That's right, folks, you could barely make popcorn and watch a movie in that time. The Sultan of Zanzibar decided to pick a fight with Britain, and, well, let's just say it didn't go so well for him. Next up, we've got honey, nature's liquid gold. But here's the thing, honey never spoils, like, ever. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs, and guess what? It's still good to go. They could put it on their pancakes right now if they wanted to. Talk about the ultimate pantry staple. Okay, time for some space weirdness. Let's talk about Venus, our planetary neighbor. Now, on Venus, a day is actually longer than a year. Yep, you heard that right. It takes Venus longer to rotate on its axis than it does to orbit the sun. So basically, you could celebrate your birthday twice in one day. Well, not really, but you get the idea. Bananas. The berry that's not a berry. Alright, let's get fruity. Did you know that bananas are technically berries? But here's the plot twist. Strawberries aren't. I know, right? Mind-blowing. It all comes down to how botanists classify fruits. Apparently bananas fit the berry bill, while strawberries are actually something called aggregate fruits. Who knew fruit could be so complicated? More stars than you can imagine. Literally. Get ready to feel small because there are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. Let that sink in for a second. It's like trying to count every grain of sand on every beach in every country on the entire planet. It's just mind-boggling. The universe is a vast and mysterious place, my friends. Octopuses. 3 hearts, 8 arms, all awesome. Octopuses are already pretty amazing creatures, but did you know they have 3 hearts? Yep, 3. These fascinating animals are full of surprises. 2 of their hearts pump blood through their gills, ensuring they get enough oxygen to thrive in their underwater world. While the 3rd one keeps the blood flowing to the rest of their body, making sure every part of them is well nourished. And as if that wasn't cool enough, they also have 9 brains. Yes, you heard that right, 9. Okay, maybe not 9 full-blown brains, but they do have a decentralized nervous system, which means their arms can basically think for themselves. Each arm has its own mini-brain that controls its movements independently. This allows them to solve puzzles, manipulate objects, and explore their environment in ways that are truly mind-blowing. Octopuses are not just creatures of the deep. They are intelligent, adaptable, and endlessly fascinating. Lightning, the ultimate toaster. Ever been caught in a thunderstorm and thought, man, I could really go for some toast right now? Well, guess what? A single bolt of lightning contains enough energy to toast 100,000 slices of bread. That's a lot of toast, my friends. Of course, I wouldn't recommend trying to harness the power of lightning for your breakfast needs. Stick to a toaster, it's much safer. Bananas and humans, more alike than you think. Okay, this one might sound a little crazy, but humans actually share 50% of their DNA with bananas. That's right, half of our genetic material is the same as that of a banana. Yep, you read that right. We're basically half banana. This fascinating fact highlights just how interconnected all life on Earth truly is. But before you go bananas, pun intended, it's important to remember that DNA is the blueprint of life. It contains the instructions for building and maintaining an organism. We share a lot of our DNA with other living things, not just bananas. For example, we share about 98% of our DNA with chimpanzees, and even 60% with fruit flies. It's what makes us all connected in a weird, wonderful way. This shared genetic heritage is a reminder of the unity of life on our planet. Clouds. Fluffier than they look. They might look light and fluffy, but a single cloud can weigh more than 1,000,000 pounds. That's like having a herd of elephants floating above your head. But don't worry, clouds are held up by tiny water droplets and ice crystals, so they're not going to come crashing down anytime soon. The Eiffel Tower. Growing pains. The Eiffel Tower is already pretty tall, but did you know it can actually grow taller during the summer? Yep, thanks to thermal expansion, the Eiffel Tower can grow up to 15 centimeters taller when the temperature rises. That's like the Eiffel Tower putting on a pair of high heels. Flamingos. They've got style. Flamingos are already pretty fabulous, but did you know that a group of them is called a flamboyance? How cool is that? It's like they knew they were destined to be the life of the party. Pringles, the snack that lasts forever. We all love a good can of Pringles, but did you know that the inventor of the Pringles Can is now buried in one? Yep, Frederick Bauer loved his invention so much he wanted to be buried in it when he died. Talk about dedication. Cows, besties for life. Cows might seem like simple creatures, but they actually have best friends and get stressed when they're separated. Just like us, cows form strong social bonds with each other, and they prefer to hang out with their buddies. The shortest flight? Blink and you'll miss it. If you're ever short on time, you might want to consider taking the shortest commercial flight in the world. It only takes 57 seconds. The flight connects 2 islands in Orkney, Scotland, and it's basically just a quick hop, skip, and a jump across the water. Snails, the ultimate sleepers. If you thought you loved to sleep, you've got nothing on snails. These guys can sleep for up to 3 years. That's right, they can basically hibernate for an entire presidential term. I guess when you move as slow as a snail, you need to conserve your energy. Hiccups, the gift that keeps on giving. Hiccups are usually just a minor annoyance, but for one man, they were a way of life. Charles Osborne holds the record for the longest hiccuping spree, which lasted for a whopping 68 years. Can you imagine hiccuping for almost 7 decades? That's longer than most marriages. Blue whales. Big hearts, big love. Blue whales are the largest animals on Earth, and their hearts are equally impressive. A blue whale's heart is about the size of a small car, and it weighs as much as a cow. That's one powerful ticker. Frisbees, from toy to tombstone. The Frisbee is a classic toy, but did you know that the inventor of the Frisbee was turned into a Frisbee after he died? Okay, not exactly, but his ashes were mixed into a batch of Frisbees and given to his family and friends. Talk about going out with a spin. Flamingos are pretty popular, but did you know that there are more fake flamingos in the world than real ones? Yep, those pink plastic lawn ornaments outnumber their feathered counterparts. I guess people just can't get enough of that flamingo flair. We all use the word Jiffy to describe something that happens quickly, like when we say, "I'll be there in a jiffy," or "It'll be done in a jiffy." But did you know that a jiffy is an actual unit of time? Yes, it's not just a casual term we throw around. In physics, a jiffy is the time it takes for light to travel 1 centimeter in a vacuum. This is an incredibly short amount of time, almost unimaginable. So the next time someone says, "I'll be back in a jiffy," you can impress them with your knowledge. You can tell them it'll be exactly 0.000000033356409 seconds. That's how precise and fascinating the concept of a jiffy really is. Snowflakes are usually pretty small, but the world's largest snowflake on record was a whopping 15 inches wide. That's bigger than a dinner plate. It fell in Fort Keogh, Montana in 1887, and it's been making snowflakes look puny ever since. Crocodiles. Tongueless wonders. Crocodiles are pretty intimidating creatures, but did you know they can't stick their tongues out? Yep, their tongues are attached to the roof of their mouths, so they can't really move them around. I guess that's one less thing to worry about when you're facing a croc. Chocolate chips, a lifetime supply. We all love chocolate chip cookies, but did you know that the inventor of the chocolate chip cookie sold the idea to Nestle Toll House in exchange for a lifetime supply of chocolate? That's right, Ruth Wakefield could eat all the chocolate she wanted for the rest of her life. Talk about a sweet deal. Blue whales, room for a swim. We already know that blue whales are huge, but did you know that a small child could swim through the veins of a blue whale? Their blood vessels are so massive, they could easily accommodate a human swimmer. Of course, I wouldn't recommend trying this at home. Chickens. not exactly frequent flyers. Chickens aren't exactly known for their flying skills, but the longest recorded flight of a chicken is a mere 13 seconds. Yep, these birds would rather strut their stuff on the ground than soar through the air. I guess some animals are just meant to stay grounded. And there you have it, folks. 25 of the strangest, most mind-blowing facts that'll leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. If you enjoyed this wild ride through the weird and wonderful, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another episode of Boundless Expeditions. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and keep exploring the amazing world around us.